Okay, what's up, YouTube? Don't mind the look. We just took the braids out. We'll be back cute soon. But I said I was gonna stay consistent, and I want to drag Tamra and Alexis. So here we are, Real Housewives. Okay, so clearly this was like mostly a filler episode. All the good tea and drama happened at the end, so I don't have too many notes on the whole middle part, everything leading up to the dinner. The dinner is where I have the most notes, but we'll just go through a couple scenes. In the beginning, we had it's Valentine's Day, so we get to see what some of the ladies are up to. We got Tamra, Emily doing more talking about Jen. We don't care. We're over it. This is what, episode 5 now. We're done talking about Jen and her finances. If y'all ain't giving her no money, y'all not setting up the GoFundMe, then leave it alone. Speaking of Jen, why would you want to go spend time with Gina at Heather's house for Valentine's Day? Like, I mean, I know y'all made up or whatever, but I would have told Heather, invite somebody else. Like, I don't want to be kicking it with her. Let her go to Travis' house. So, but that's just me. Let's see. More paparazzi talk. Don't care. Again, we already did this last season. It's not a big deal. Katie, she lost me before this fight even started, because her little receipt and screenshot was weak as hell. But I feel like her and Gina aren't even as close as she's trying to make it seem for the show. And Gina acting like her and Heather are like this. Girl, nobody buys that. So to me, this is just like storyline and unnecessary. So when Katie and Gina met up for their little lunch, whatever, snack, whatever they were doing, and Gina saying, you shouldn't have started this mess. I told you don't bring it up, not talk about it. And I feel like Katie knows that she's gonna look stupid for coming at an OG with some nonsense, and that's why she's like making it a big deal now, because you could have came on the show like Jen Fessler did. Shout out to the Jersey Watchers. And you could have just came in cool. You have your own kind of family dynamic thing going on that we will be interested to hear more about. And so far, you have some funny confessionals. So why couldn't you have let the drama manifest itself organically instead of watching the last season and being like, oh, okay, what can I come in and offer so that I can make a name for myself? Does that make sense? So I just feel like if producers told you to do that, then you stupid for going along with it. And if it was your idea, then you stupid for coming up with it. And that's just where I'm at on it. Because the crocodile tears and acting like, oh, Gene, I'm so hurt by how you didn't show up for me. Y'all are not BFFs. Y'all just met. So we can cut that out. Shannon and her dad, they met up to eat. By the way, Shannon, your dad is my kind of guy, because I too love tacos, and I think he had some burrito tacos and they looked really good. I'm glad she has a supportive parent, because John is a mess, and I could just imagine what he was saying about him while they were together. Fast forward, Tamra goes to Alexis's house, and I'm trying to figure out who the hell is Lexi. While she was in that confessional doing all this shimmying and shaking and, I wasn't invited to the golf event and how dare she, who wouldn't want me at the function? I'm so fun. Please try hard. We don't care. Tamra is not Shannon's friend. That's what I wrote verbatim. Okay, you're so traumatized. You have all these stories. Like you didn't have an ancient husband for years. We saw it play out on the show. So all of a sudden, what you can't understand that Shannon went from back to back crappy relationships. I'm not understanding. Just because you found Eddie and y'all still doing good right now means you can't empathize with the fact that she went from an ancient husband to an ancient boyfriend. Yes, Shannon has some therapy to do. She has some self-esteem issues to work on. She does need to get to the root of why she picks these men that are trash to her. She needs to get to the root of that. That's not for you to pass judgment and speak on negatively and make her not only look bad but feel bad, and you're supposed to be her friend. With friends like you, who needs an enemy? Like, she's trash for that. How she's treating her this season on the show, and they've been friends for how many years? Like, absolutely not. If I was Shannon, baby, I had to laugh because I'm mean in real life. I would never forgive Tamra. Never. If this wasn't something that we came to each other with and said, oh, this is what we're going to do this season, and you just started acting like this on me, there is not enough sorries in the world that would get me to forgive you. And that's the part of Housewives that I can't get jiggy with, because I'm not finna act fake and phony kick it with nobody. Nobody. So you do me like that, there's no coming back from certain things. And I feel like this should be one of them. Shannon should never talk to her again. A hi and a bye. Literally. That's all she would get from me. Tamra's talking about that she wasn't there for her. And I'm like, so is this like some tit for tat thing? If you as a friend are in a good place, you know, family straight, obviously her marriage is straight, you know, you got these other outside opportunities you're doing. We're talking about Tamra. And Shannon's in a bad situation with somebody none of the ladies like. He's not treating Shannon well. He's mooching off of her, allegedly. Looks like it to us, the viewing public. Why is it that you feel like she needs to be there for you for some reason when you don't have, I'll say, I won't make that blanketed statement. You seemingly don't have anything going on that she needs to come to you with. So it's like when all the ladies are talking ish in their confessionals, like last season, saying, oh, she calls us drunk. She's always complaining about him. She always got something to say about what he's doing to her, how he's treating her. Then as friends, why wouldn't you rally around her to lift her up, to, you know, try to figure out, okay, so do you want to be in this or do you want out? You know what I'm saying? Like, help her along as much as you can as a friend. I'm not going to sit here and know that my life is going well and my friend is going through a rough season and say, oh, well, but I had stuff going on too, and where were you? Girl, Tamra get on my nerves. And I don't hate Tamra. I listen to her podcast and everything. But when you show your ass on these shows, then I got to get up with you, because I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. So Alexis, she's telling Tamra, oh, he barely drinks with me. And I said, yeah, because if anybody knows about what was going on around this time, after Alexis went to BravoCon and synced up with Andy and, Kumbaya with Tamra and all this stuff. Her mother passed away. So she was going through this grieving period or whatever else, and she cut back on her drinking. I think she said she stopped her drinking, if I'm not mistaken. So of course, I think she was on Two Teas in a Pod, and she said, so obviously when she met John, she expressed what was going on in her life, this and that she wasn't drinking at the moment, really. So he joined her in that because he was trying to be supportive while they were dating. So it's not a flex that you're sitting up here like, oh, well, he was doing all that with you. He don't do that with me. Yeah, because of the circumstances. So it's like, tell the whole story. Don't try to make it seem like, oh, he only did that because you brought that out of him. I don't like that either. I don't like Alexis. I'm going to go back and watch the series from the beginning because I don't remember she was irrelevant to me, I feel like, when she was first on. So besides Tamra calling her Jesus jugs and them going at it and her husband being a weirdo, I don't remember much about her. So I'm gonna revisit and I want to see in comparison to now. But yeah, I just said she's being manipulative, she's being thirsty. How a man treats you after he dogs out another woman is not a flex. And y'all are still in y'all honeymoon phase. Y'all are like 3 days into dating. So he hasn't even had time to really show you his true colors. And even if he does turn out to be a good match for you, because maybe him and Shannon just weren't a good match. Maybe they were both just, whatever that time that they were together, were just toxic for each other. Who knows? That's possible too. But that doesn't make him any less of a shitty person. And you should pay attention and take heed to how a man treats and talks about the woman before you. That's a pro tip for the ladies out there. Okay, so let's get to the important part, the dinner, because that was the lit part. Gina, what was that coat? That coat gave me like Forever 21 outerwear vibes, clearance section. It just looked cheap. That metallic silver, that looked terrible. You were better off just like, what's wrong with a little biker jacket, a little crop situation? Like the dress looked cute enough for her. Little simple black dress with a little mesh at the top, but that jacket was terrible. Katie's daughter was a great choice on the Bottega dress. That looked beautiful on her. I liked what Heather and Jim were wearing. It was funny that Tamra showed up in Gina's interview look. Emily, her look was cute. Alexis, I don't know. It's hard for me to judge her because I don't like her. So, her dress, I don't know. It was giving homecoming. It was cute enough, I guess. So, first things first, Alexis was being thirsty as hell when Emily was showing everybody her ring that she got for her anniversary. Like, snatching her arm and, oh my God. Please. Like, she just... Lexi the thirst box is what you are. Lexi the thirst box. Annoying. Doing too much. Then she wants to call Katie out about, oh, why I didn't get no invite to the golf event. I was the only one left out. Sweetie, you're a friend of. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody has to put you in scenes. Nobody has to invite you to everything. Be happy to be here. Just sit there and eat your food. Like, what are we talking about? Nobody cares. You're only here because of John. Would they have brought you back if you didn't have this storyline with John? I highly doubt it. Maybe. But then what would you have been giving as a friend of if you weren't dating John? I guess we'll never know anyway. But yeah, so she's lame. Shannon, she brought Vicky for moral support. Again, Vicky going for some Stan account. Okay, love Vicky, Midwest for life. Tamra claims, okay, so she claims that Shannon only brought Vicky to do her dirty work and that she's gonna play victim. I don't like that she keeps referring to Shannon as, okay, first of all, rewind. So nothing wrong with bringing your friend to have your back when you know there's a bunch of yes men at the table, when you know, as you guys saw from the dinner, most people sat there silent for a lot of the berating of Shannon, which I did not like. So yeah, I'm gonna bring my friend. You damn right. I don't like that Tamra keeps referring to Shannon as an alcoholic. Again, as I said in like my previous 2 videos, that's not your place to diagnose somebody. Because somebody made a mistake does not mean they have a disorder. That's not for you to decide. You're not a therapist, not a psychologist, you're nothing. So that's not up to you. So trying to embarrass her, that's not cool. Shannon said that she thinks about what she did every day, and then here goes Tamra with another jab saying, oh, is that after you have a drink? When I said I would have hopped across that table, because bitch, you not finna keep coming at me like that. Like, who do you think you are? That's just crazy. Everybody knew that was messed up. I'm looking at the first time I watched the episode, so I watched it twice. I just watched it now to refresh my memory. The first time I watched, I'm like, now I know that they not just gonna sit there, because Heather's face looked crazy, Gina and Emily. I feel like those are the 3 I remember that they put the camera on, and they was all looking like, okay, that was effed up, Tamra. Like, come on now. And thankfully, Gina and Emily did speak up. They called her out, like, I see the change in her. That's not your place to be diagnosing her. Same thing I'm saying. Or telling her, you know, how she needs to react and respond moving forward. Even I watched What Happens Live before I put the episode on, and they had Colleen Hoover. It all starts with us, ends with us, whatever the hell. She got the movie out now. And she's like, well, I just feel like if I got a DUI, then I would stop drinking. So I don't even like the fact that she's having a drink or two. That is not y'all's place. I'm just trying to figure out, when did everybody become therapists? That is not y'all, rehab counselors. That's not y'all place to tell somebody, because you made a mistake, this is what you must do moving forward. If she feels like that was an isolated event and that will never happen again, I've learned my lesson, I'm going to pay my consequences, then that's it. Leave it alone. Like, y'all pissing me off. Swear. So yeah, I said, as if we haven't all seen Tamra cry and yell and show her ass for years drinking. For years. But you don't have a problem though. You're not an alcoholic though. Why? What's the difference? Just because you don't have a DUI? Just because you never made that mistake? Girl, shut up. And Alexis, okay, so Tamra, she makes a comment about, oh, you went to rehab to figure out why you keep dating bad guys. And then Alexis is laughing and stuff. And then Tamra keeps going, embarrassing Shannon, calling her out about the $75,000. And Shannon leaves the room. Alexis is clearly in 5th grade, calling her liar face. Emily, this is why I be on your ass like a back pocket, because she chimes in trying to be a clown after she was defending Shannon. She was on the right side of things, but then she always gotta reverse. She always gotta to back it up and do some goofy shit. And she's like, oh, liar, Spanx on fire. Girl, you could have kept it, because that was lame as hell anyway. So, thank you. Everybody's silent. Yet again, don't like that. I didn't like that Vicky didn't go out to get her friends. Like, she brought you here. Go check on your friend and make sure she okay. She storms out the room crying, and you don't go see that she's all right. I don't get that. So then Alexis starts passing around the phone, showing everybody her little receipts. I guess there were some canceled checks that John sent her, showing that he had written for Shannon. We don't care. I'm on Shannon's side. If I don't sign nothing, if we don't have nothing in writing saying this is a loan to be paid back, then you can kiss my ass. Now, in the court of law, I don't know how that works, but for me, that's how that works. Because then if that's the case, why can't she tally up and total up all the things that she did for him and say, oh, these were loans. He asked me to do these things. He's supposed to pay me back. If we want to talk about tit for tat. Fighting for a man's good name, like a true pick-me. I wrote that down about Alexis, because that's all she's worried about. She's John's public defender, so she want to do all this yapping like somebody cares. Girl, he made himself look like how he looks. Nobody made that up. Nobody pulled it out they backside. He's the reason that the viewers look at him like a Slade, like a Brooks, like a Louis, etc., etc., etc. So, you saying that, oh, I'm confident in everything John says. What, girl? How do you know? You just met him 3 months ago. So what are you talking about? You don't even know what you walked into, but you so matter of fact about that Shannon's lying and he's not like that and he wouldn't do that and blah blah blah. It's giving Coming to America. If anybody knows Coming to America, in the beginning when he was gonna marry the one lady, and she's just like, you know, whatever you want me to be, whatever you want me to do. Okay, I'll bark like a dog. Okay, I'll hop on one leg. That's Alexis. That's Alexis Bellino. Lexi Try Hard Bellino. That's her. So Jen was the only one to go out and check on Shannon. Kudos to her for that. I was cracking up when she's like, oh, she's showing everybody this and that. What she thinks she on Dayline? I died laughing at that. Funny as hell. Funny as hell. Tamra pissed me off this whole episode. She's so fake that I can't even, because you just now you're so concerned about her drinking. If you as a friend feel like she's been having these issues all these years, then why wait till now? Why wait till the DUI to say, oh, you have an issue, oh, you need to cut back, I think it's something wrong. You know, it's just the public embarrassment is the part I cannot get with. Because Tamra, we seen you cry, we seen you break down, bawling ugly Kim Kardashian tears over your dysfunctional, effed up family dynamic of your daughter not talking to you. So you wouldn't want anybody to be bringing that up and putting that out on the national stage, making that worse for you. Because I believe she said before that, what's her name, Sydney? That she doesn't like, you know, being talked about and all this stuff. So it's like, if somebody was berating you about that part of your life that's sensitive for you, you would have a nervous breakdown. But you know that Shannon was in this relationship with this ancient motherfucker. I don't be wanting to curse on here because I know how YouTube gets. And instead of being sensitive to her experience as your friend and talking to her about, hey, I feel like because your relationship is toxic, that's causing you to drink your feelings away. Instead of being mature and being an actual real friend to say that, you want to get on TV and embarrass her. Woo! Girl, I'm so done with her. I swear I'm done with her. I can't wait to go to BravoCon because I'm going to tell Shannon about herself. Like, get this out of here. Get her out of here. Yeah, basically the last things I wrote was I didn't like how Emily was playing both sides because, you know, in the confessional, she's pretty much like backing up Shannon. Well, kind of both. She's like making jokes, but then backing her up. But then at the table, you know, she's calling Alexis out. So it's just like, you can stop ping-ponging the ball. Pick a side. And the right side is Shannon's side. Tamra and Alexis are wrong. Period, plain blank. And so at the end, she did what was right. She called her Alexis out for saying, oh, I want to get to know Shannon. And she's just like, girl, you can't come in here, embarrass her, bring these so-called receipts trying to plead a case for your current boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, but then say you want to be cool with her. Doesn't work like that. So that was pretty much where the dinner ended. There was no resolve to that because Alexis left and then everybody else left and dispersed. So I guess we'll see how this plays out next episode. Shannon claims that she also has some stuff on John that she hasn't revealed. Hopefully nothing too crazy, but I feel like he already looks crazy anyway in the eyes of the public, mostly. I'm sure the small, minuscule sector of people that are rooting for Alexis and John is like nothing, like a grain of rice. So yeah, and Alexis coming on the show thinking she did her big one. I think she's gonna be a flopiana. I think that most of the viewership is Team Shannon and that she looks crazy. So good job, Lexi Try Hard Blino. Hope you are getting what you wanted out of the season. I hope they eating your ass up online. I'm gonna have to get back on Twitter to see what's the tea in the Bravo streets because I'm not feeling her. So it is what it is. Until next time, bye.